Welcome, guys. Hello there, Dr. Ben Galliard here, F8 Well Centers. We have offices in Colorado, offices in Tennessee, and we work with patients one-on-one. But I love educating, especially these live Q&As. Today, live Q&A, I've got some things that I want to talk about, but if you guys are asking questions, I'm answering those questions. So put those down below. If you've been on a live Q&A of mine before, we know that there's hundreds and hundreds of questions. I don't get through everybody's. I'm sorry, I've only got so much voice and I've got to get to patients and get on with the day. So I'm going to try to get through as many as I possibly can. What I want you asking questions about today is, what is the why? Why is this happening? And what can we do to actually fix it? Yes, maybe sometimes what kind of probiotics should I take, or how should I deal with this, or what do you recommend for that? That's fine. But I want you in the back of your mind when I answer a question, when I say, hey, it's this, I want you to be thinking, hey, how do we get this? So here we go, guys. Welcome. Put down below where you're watching from, and I will love to answer those questions. I'll give you a shout out, and we will get cranking here with these questions. So, some of the things that I hear about all the time. Hey, Dark Queen in Memphis, Pennsylvania. Good to see you guys. England, awesome. Colorado, California, Canada, so good. Georgia, good to see you guys. Welcome. So let's think about this. Tell me, give me a heart, give me a thumbs up. Are you dealing with thyroid issues? If you are, I'm going to get cranking. Hey, Ashley in Nebraska, we got Iowa, Texas, all over. Great to see you guys. Anybody, give me a heart, give me some love there. Anybody dealing with yep, a bunch of hearts coming in. So we do have some thyroid stuff going on. So here's the top 3 things that you need to think about when you have a low thyroid condition, is that most of the time it's not even your thyroid. So get this. I always say, I do a video every couple months where it's called, it's probably not your thyroid. So Suburban Susie, somebody in Turkey, that's awesome. Hello, recent Hashimoto's diagnosis. So number 1, Hashimoto's is not a thyroid disease. Hashimoto's is an autoimmune disease attacking the thyroid. So it's not your thyroid. So it's your autoimmune. Number 2 is your conversion from T4 to T3 is not working like it's supposed to. That is a liver and a gut issue. That is not a thyroid issue. And then number 3 is the stimulation from the pituitary to the thyroid. Your TSH is not where it should be. And that is a pituitary, but usually secondary to adrenal stress issue. So what do we need to do? We need to figure out the underlying why. So just like Suburban Susie 1, hello, recent Hashimoto's diagnosis, H. pylori history, never had treatment, ferritin of 5, exhausted. Well, of course you should be exhausted. If you have a low ferritin, if your ferritin is 5, if it's 6, if it's 10, if it's 15, you have low ferritin. Your ferritin should be between 40 and 125 if you are a female. So what do you need to do? You need to figure out the why. Just like with Hashimoto's. Hashimoto's is not take levothyroxine and you're going to get fixed. Take Synthroid and you're going to get fixed. That will never fix it. That will never do it. Again, welcome everybody. Put down below where you're watching from. Put down any health questions you have. But Suburban Susie, you need to figure out, it's probably your gut. So if you have a low ferritin, your gut is probably not absorbing. You probably have malabsorption, leaky gut, intestinal permeability, whatever you want to call it. You're not utilizing your nutrients. And you need to fix that. H. pylori could be a big part of that. H. pylori is what causes ulcers in the stomach, but 80% of H. pylori is actually in the small intestine, and H. pylori is the most common bacteria in the world. So pretty amazing when you think about how many people have H. pylori, but if it's in the small intestine, it's causing ulcers in the stomach, but it causes ulcers and damage in the small intestine. And so that's where we see some of these issues. So again, put your questions down below, anything health related, but I'm going to come from that functional medicine approach. For a bunch of you guys just jumping on, Dr. Ben Galliard, F8 Well Centers. We have offices in Colorado, in Tennessee, and we work remotely with patients all over the US, Canada, and even around the world. So love seeing you guys. Carrie on YouTube said, what do you think of 5-HTP for sleep? 5-HTP is going to be the precursor to serotonin. So serotonin is going to be kind of that feel-good neurotransmitter. If it's low, that can be depression, some things like that. So a lot of people that are on SSRIs, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, they are trying to get more serotonin. 5-HTP helps you build more serotonin. So it is kind of like taking a step back and actually building it up as opposed to just blocking and getting more in the receptor. So 5-HTP, if it is a sleep issue because of a lack of serotonin, that is a great thing to do. And that can be helpful. But I would encourage you as well, why are you low in serotonin in the first place? And that's where you need to dig into, Carrie. Let's get this one here. We had Turkey. Awesome. Great to see you. I don't know if I've had anybody on from Turkey before. Low iron because of long period. So Team Ballerina 94. So here's the deal. Yes, long periods can affect that. And yet, if you are going to have a perfect gut, it's not going to be as detrimental. I guarantee you, even though you have low iron and you have long periods, there is a gut involvement. And I just really encourage you to do that. And also think about why you have long periods in the first place. So if you look at long periods, there's some type of hormonal imbalance, could be adrenals, could be inflammatory processes, different things going on there. Trisha. So again, anybody pop questions down below. I'm going to go through in the order that they come in, and I'll be answering as many as we possibly can. Answering about ferritin, PCOS, looking at thyroid questions, anything you have in there. If you want more information, if you want to know how you can get help from F8, click that link down below. Britt, if you want to go ahead and put that in the chat, you can do that. There's a link in the link tree. Schedule a discovery call, and I would love to see it. Brittany, I didn't tell you guys this yet, but anybody that schedules a discovery call and talks to one of my team, if you schedule it during this live today, I'm going to give you a free book of mine. Blood Sugar Doesn't Lie. We will get that drop shipped to your door, or if you're coming into one of the offices, you can grab it there. But I'm going to give you one of my books free if you schedule that discovery call. Talk to one of my team members. We will get that shipped out to you. Schedule that today. Click that down below, and we will get cranking on getting you my blood sugar book for free. Does elevated T4 mean too much Synthroid medication? Other labs within normal range. Trisha, here's what I would look at. If your T4 is high, Synthroid, levothyroxine, or T4, if our T4 hormone. So if your T4 is high, yes, you're getting plenty of Synthroid and levothyroxine. But what may be happening if your T3, even though it's within normal range, it can be all the way down to like 5 and still be okay, depending on free or total. So if your T3 is at the very low end range of where normal is, your conversion is not where it should be. So your beaver dam has been built up. You've got this big pond behind it and just a little trickle coming out below. That is liver and that is gut. Those are the two big things that you need to work on to help that conversion. So you may be getting too much Synthroid or levothyroxine if your T4 is high, but it could also be that you are under converting. Borderline high calcium, parathyroid elevated, something taking away from my bones, very fragile, pain. Yeah, Mug 22. Here's the deal. If you are having these issues, if you are having the calcium, parathyroid, you've got to think about digestion. Your stomach is where you absorb most of that calcium. A lot of times if we see high calcium in the blood work, it's because we're actually pulling it out of the bones to get it into the bloodstream to counterbalance your that calcium and phosphorus ratio. So a lot of people have too much phosphorus. Phosphorus is going to be coming from coffee, from sodas, from high red meat diets, things like that. Too much phosphorus, the body's trying to buffer it with a calcium that it's pulling out of the bones. And so that could definitely be part of where you're getting some of that osteoporosis. The Dark Queen, hypothyroidism, and let's go here. Diagnosis at 8 years old. T3 and T4 are normal. TSH is always high. Synthroid used to work. Yep. So Dark Queen, did you check Hashimoto's? So what is going on? Do you have Hashimoto's? Most people, when they get diagnosed that young, it's because they have this autoimmune condition. Their body is attacking their thyroid tissue. So you need to check TPO and TG antibodies. What are those? Those are just simple blood tests. $15 if you go through LabCorp through our lab. So if your doctor will not test Hashimoto's, won't test all of your hormones, won't test your inflammatory markers or autoimmune markers, any of these things, let us know. Reach out to F8 and we would love to get your blood work run. Any LabCorp in the country, we can send you to. Most people are within 30 miles of a LabCorp. If not, if you're out in the middle of nowhere, we can send you a box. You go to your local hospital, lab, whatever, have them draw it, FedEx it over to our lab, and we'll be able to go through exactly what is going on. My team of F8 doctors, we've got half a dozen doctors, amazing practitioners that have huge hearts, are here to serve, and they will tell you exactly what is going on. So if you need help, if you need support, click that link down below and schedule that discovery call. Again, I'm going to try to get through as many of these questions I can, so stay on. If you ask a question, stay on, and I'm going to get through that as quick as I can. I have Hashimoto's, and I'm always tired. I'm assuming tired, not a tire. I'm always tired. So here's the deal, Paula. Hashimoto's, that might be part of why you're tired. You could have low thyroid, but you may not have low thyroid. You could be tired because you have a blood sugar issue. You could be tired because you have leaky gut. You could be tired because you have a microbiome. Your gut is out of balance. You could be tired because you're not getting quality sleep and it's in your brainwave pattern. You could be tired because you are dealing with a chronic infection like Epstein-Barr virus or a chronic bacterial infection. So there's so many different things. Hashimoto's gets beat up all the time. And like, I'm going to blame it on Hashimoto's. I was doing a thyroid workshop yesterday, and somebody was like, my doctor told me that my ANA was high because I have Hashimoto's. ANA is an indicator of autoimmune. Hashimoto's is an indicator of autoimmune. They don't cause each other. The cause of one is the cause of another. The average person that has one autoimmune has multiple. So give me a heart, give me a thumbs up if you guys are dealing with an autoimmune condition. Write down below what it is, and even if you have multiple. So many people need to hear that. So many people need to hear what other people are dealing with. And like, man, I've got 2, 3, 4. Look at all those hearts. So many autoimmune people out there. It's crazy. 50 years ago, 50 years ago, autoimmune wasn't even really a thing. It was crazy. Hey guys, if you have not already followed our page, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, click that down below, click that follow button. You'll be alerted when we go live. You'll also, tons of videos out there. We'll get into your For You page. So anytime I post something new, which is multiple times a week, you will get new information, and just so appreciate each and every one of you. We just hit 175,000 followers on TikTok this week. Awesome. We're over 110,000 on, hey, thanks for the cup of coffee. Chair, thanks. Over 110,000 followers on Facebook, and we've got 750 plus videos on YouTube. So pretty fun. Good morning, Carol Jane from Iowa. Good to see you. McAllen, Texas. What if you have high ferritin? Awesome. So most people that we talk to have low ferritin. Give me a heart. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a yes. That is me. Tell me what your ferritin level is down below. So ferritin, so many of our patients have low ferritin, and we see this all the time. If I said I could only run one marker on everybody, it would be ferritin. Because low ferritin is going to be leaky gut, malabsorption, intestinal permeability, you're losing blood, any of these things. So that's cool. But what we're not going to do is when we go high, most people think, oh, you know what? That's hemochromatosis. You just need to donate blood. Just like if it's low, you need to get blood. If it's high, you need to give blood. Well, that's such a short-sighted answer. High ferritin is all about liver. It's all about insulin resistance. There's going to be C-reactive protein. High ferritin is an inflammatory condition. And it's telling us that, hey, the body is trying to protect itself. There's different reasons why that is happening. So yeah, high ferritin Very, very problematic. Don't just go give blood. You may need to give blood, but you've got to fix the why. So again, a bunch of new people just jumping on. Dr. Ben Galliard, F8 Well Centers. I'm giving away a book today. One of my books, Blood Sugar Doesn't Lie. This is my favorite book that I've written. I've got a brain book as well, but this one is kind of my life work. We did a blood sugar masterclass Tuesday night. Anybody watch that one Tuesday night? Give me a heart, give me a thumbs up on that one if you watched that on Tuesday night. That was awesome. It's a summary of my 5-part masterclass over 5 hours of blood sugar conversation. And so if you schedule a discovery call today and talk to one of my team members, they will send you a free blood sugar book just for jumping on, talking about what you have going on and going over your issues. So welcome. High ferritin, consistently rising TSH and T4, but barely out of normal range, help hypo. So high ferritin, inflammatory, metabolic syndrome, insulin resistance, prediabetes, fatty liver, all of those things. Suzanne Pin, what helps? I'm not sure what you're talking about there, which part? Thyroid. We've talked about a lot of things. So are you talking about thyroid? Then what helps? We've got to fix the why. Natasha, we're in Colorado. We have an office in Fort Collins as well as in South Denver and Highlands Ranch. So actually 2 offices in Colorado. Carol Jane, I have Crohn's disease. Yeah, Crohn's disease. Autoimmune, the body's attacking its gut. We've had patients 20, 30 bowel movements a day. Give me a heart, give me a thumbs up if that's one of you guys out there. If you are going multiple times a day and it's loose and it's not fun that way. Hey, Linda from Washington, good to see you. So here we go. Crohn's disease is autoimmune. Crohn's is autoimmune, and it's going to mean your body is attacking your digestive tract. You're getting damaged gut lining, so many different things. So it's the same thought process. Anytime with autoimmune, Brittany, if you want to put a link down for an autoimmune class I've done on YouTube, over 750 videos on YouTube. You can search them, find out. They're 15, 30, 60-minute long videos. You can get super in depth. Adrenals, blood sugar, vitamin D, leaky gut. We've got infections. We've got environmental toxins, food allergens. We've got any type of stressor on the body can do that. So you've got to go in. Yes, we've got to heal up that gut, but you've got to go in and fix the whys. Let's jump through here. Are you in Georgia? We are in Nashville, Tennessee, Denver, Colorado, as well as Fort Collins, Colorado. But we work with patients in Georgia all the time. We work remotely all the time. If your ferritin is in the 400s, what does that mean? Again, same thing. High ferritin is going to be inflammatory. It's going to be fatty liver. It's going to be the insulin resistance, metabolic syndrome, prediabetes. You have a blood sugar problem. You've got this inflammatory state. Where in Nashville, Meg's journey to a rainbow baby. We are in Brentwood, so South Nashville. Beautiful part of the city there. So here's the deal, guys. You need to figure out the why. That's all we do at F8 is why, and you need to get deep there. Hey there in Wisconsin. I have Sjogren's and hypothyroidism along with Borrelia and high Epstein-Barr virus. Yeah, so guess what? Borrelia got Lyme component there, high Epstein-Barr virus, that's the monovirus. Those are going to drive this immune inflammatory process. And so guess what? Hypothyroidism, I'm 99% sure you have Hashimoto's, Sjogren's, that's the ANA is high. Now you have to go deeper and you have to figure out exactly where those imbalances are coming from. And that's where we draw out that map and go, is this system off? If it is, we're going to fix it. If this one's off, we're going to fix that. How do we find your videos? If you, on YouTube, just look up Dr. Ben Galliard or F8 Well Centers and over 750 different videos. Both my parents are teachers, grandparents are teachers. I think it might be in my genetics. My TSH, free T4, and free T3 are low all the time. This is a great one. Remember when we first started, guys, talking today, there's 3 reasons why your thyroid is off. If you have a low TSH and a low T4 and T3, that is going to be a state of hypopituitary. TSH, this is going to get complicated, TSH should go up when you are hypothyroid, when your T3 and T4 are low. But if your TSH is low, there's a very good chance that your T3 and T4 are low, that your pituitary, which kicks out TSH, is not secreting and producing enough like it needs to because it's fatigued, because the pituitary also tells the adrenals what to do, and you have adrenal dysfunction and you've been stressed and fight or flight for so long. And so this is one of the top 3 reasons why we see hypothyroid, is hypothyroid secondary to hypopituitary. This is Nurse Stephanie. I have a high positive spotted ANA. Doctor still isn't sure what I have. Nurse Stephanie, here's the deal. It almost doesn't matter. So get this. If you have this huge issue with autoimmune, but nobody really knows what it is, it doesn't matter. We're going to treat it the same as even like my mom that had MS and she reversed her MS. My wife that had ITP and they took out her spleen because her body was attacking her platelets. We're going to look at it the same way. Or if somebody has rheumatoid arthritis or lupus or whatever, we're going to go through and fix each and every system that is driving this immune inflammatory process in the body. So, I'd love to be able to say, oh yeah, it's Sjogren's, it's mixed connective tissue disorder, it's lupus. It doesn't really matter. We've got to treat it the same way. Yesterday, I went over blood work with a lady that's had MS since 2008, and her ANA came back really high as well. What is it? It doesn't even really matter because we've got to fix those underlying whys. Having low thyroid levels in Hashimoto's, is that a cause of miscarriages? Yeah, so that could absolutely be a low thyroid state could be a cause of miscarriages. A low progesterone state could be a cause of miscarriages. Other autoimmune, where the body's immune system is just so revved up and it attacks its own tissue, could be a part of that as well. All right, Crystal High 7. This one's awesome, guys. So 43-year-old female, MTHFR, so you're positive for this methylation defect. B12 is low, makes sense. Ferritin of 8, low T, and low cortisol. So here's what happens. Low ferritin of 8, single digit, you need to be on iron, absolutely 100%. Give me a heart, give me a thumbs up. Any of you guys dealing with low ferritin, dealing with a low iron state, that is a major issue that we see with patients all the time. That is going to be gut related. So we're talking about malabsorption, we're talking about leaky gut, intestinal permeability. You are not utilizing your iron like you need to. So you at single digits, you need to be on some type of iron. Low testosterone in women is directly related to the amount of stress that you're under. So if your doctor or nurse practitioner, whoever is telling you to get on testosterone, here's the deal. You need to look at the why. Maybe you get on testosterone, maybe not. I'm not telling you to do it or don't do it, but it's not going to fix anything. It's not going to fix why you're low T. Most women are like, well, I'm just getting older, right? You're 43. I'm just getting older. That is a cop-out. There are absolutely ways that 43-year-old females should have enough testosterone. So if you see a low cortisol, you are already in adrenal fatigue. The body's trying to make more cortisol. It pulls it away from cortisol and pulls it away from testosterone and tries to make more cortisol, because testosterone, that's coming to the DHEA pathway, that's going to be reproduction and muscle tone, things like that take a lot of energy. But instead we're like, man, we just need to survive. And so your body is in a survival mechanism. I would get a brain map if you can. If you can't find somebody local, we can get you a neurofeedback home unit. You've got to change that thought process. All right, let's see. How do we, when you say pituitary adrenal gland issue, how is that treated? Yeah, so you've got to think about what is driving this adrenal issue in the first place. So adrenals are stress glands. They respond to stress of all different types. And that pituitary kicks out ACTH. It tells the adrenals what to do. Pituitary, also thyroid stimulating hormone, tells the thyroid what to do. So how do you treat the adrenals? Number one is you stop damaging the adrenals in the first place. What does that look like? Well, that's going to be number one stressor to the adrenals is blood sugar swings. So when that blood sugar crashes down, that is going to contribute to the adrenals being stimulated to tell the liver to kick out glucose. So pretty amazing when you see how the body responds to this, but now you've got this adrenaline, you've got this cortisol flowing through your body. And so this is why, give me a heart, give me a thumbs up. Do any of you guys get random anxiety? Random anxiety where it just hits out of the blue and you're like, oh my gosh, nothing happened. Nobody said boo and scared me, anything like that. But do you get random anxiety? A bunch of hearts there. That could be waking up in the middle of the night and your mind's racing, waking up in the middle of the night and you're sweating. I have some women, they lay down a towel before bed because they know they're going to wake up in a puddle, and it's not a female hormone hot flash. It is an adrenaline dump. And this is because that blood sugar is dropping down. You're not able to stabilize it. So that is the first thing that you need to do, is get your blood sugar stabilized, 85 to 110 all day. So that's just really what I encourage you to do. Obviously, get out of the fight or flight, do relaxation, pray more, release more, all those different things. But the other thing that we do with our patients is what's called neurofeedback. So every patient that comes in, so again, if you guys can get into the Colorado or Tennessee office, you'll get a brain map, you'll get a blood draw in the office, you'll get the exam, and then we'll sit down. Hey, Patricia in Montana, and then we'll sit down with you and go over exactly what you have going on. Anybody that schedules that discovery call today, I'm going to send you one of my free books. This is Blood Sugar Doesn't Lie. Really a culmination of years of research and work with patients on why people's blood sugar gets out of balance, how you can stabilize it, how to track it, all types of different things. So I will send that once you talk to one of my new patient coordinators about what you have going on. They will get you over a free book. We can drop ship it to you, or if you're coming to the office, we'll give you the book when you come in. So I would love to give you guys that today. If you schedule, click that link down below, schedule that discovery call, and we will make sure that you guys get one of those. So awesome. Love to see you guys. So fixing the adrenals is really about stopping the damage. Yes, we can do ashwagandha and we can do phosphatidylserine and a bunch of different things, but you've got to stop damaging in the first place. I'm in Montana. Great to see you. I love Montana. Mountain Mama Bear. And what about constant belching? Martha, try this. Here's the deal. If you have constant belching, sometimes it's indicative of like really, really bad microbiome, and you've got like major infections in there. So that may be part of what we're looking at. But here's the deal. Try these 4 things, Martha. If you don't see a significant change in the next 7 days, do this for 7 days. I'll send you a book of mine for free. Actually, I'll send you both my books, Blood Sugar and the Brain Book. And do this and be honest with me. Do it really, really consistent for the next 4 days. Hey, guys, write this stuff down right now. For best digestion possible. Write this down. Anybody have digestion issues? Give me a heart, give me a thumbs up. Indigestion, heartburn, reflux, belching, gas, bloating, anything at all like that. And so if that's you, do these things now. Number 1, you need to chew each bite 30 times. 30 times per bite. Anybody do that? Anybody chew 30 times or think I'm crazy for chewing 30 times? But my wife doesn't like sitting next to me because I'm chew. But think about this, 30 times per bite. Chew. You've got to break that down. That's not just breaking down and masticating the food. That is also stimulating stomach acid, stimulating enzymes. It gets your juices running. So and there's a song about that. Get your juices running. So we've got to get that going. Number 2 is you're going to not drink fluids with your meal. Write this down. Do not drink fluids with your meals. You can have a sip or two, but if you're like, oh my gosh, I need a big sip, you need to chew more. You need to slow down. You need to smell your meal. You need to salivate and break that food down. So no fluids with your meals. Number 3, this for a lot of people is the most challenging. You're going to do proper food combining. So you keep your proteins and your starches separate. Do not put those together. All the traditional American fare, what do we got, right? Turkey sandwich, hamburger on a bun, spaghetti and meatballs, Mexican food, whatever it is, you need to keep those separate. They both break down at different pH levels, sit in the stomach, start to kind of ferment, push up on that valve, get reflux, belching, all of those things. So proper food combining. And then number 4, eat in a relaxed environment. So you need to shut it down, say, you know what, I'm good. I don't need to watch my laptop while I do this today or whatever. I'm just gonna shut it down. So anything that you can do to relax while you're eating is going to be great. So Martha and anybody else out there, do those 4 things. If you're having indigestion, heartburn, reflux, anything, if it does not make significant, I'm talking like 70-80% better in the next 7 days, let me know. Send me a direct email at drben, DRBEN, at f8wellcenters.com, and I will send you both my books for free. And I'll probably even give you a new patient exam for free too, if that doesn't fix it, because then, hey, we got to dig deep to figure something else out. So that is awesome. And on that note, hundreds of Q&As today to get through to hundreds of questions. I'm not going to get through everybody's. If I don't get through your question, put down my email, drben, drben at f8wellcenters.com, and I would love to answer your question. I've had some recent in the last few days. I mean, and if you guys are watching, bless you. I mean, they wrote an entire book about what's going on. There's so many of you guys are hurting, that are out of sorts, and we're here to help. Linda, what should glucose be? Your glucose all day, every day should be 85 to 110. Before meal, after meal, does not matter. So great question. I just had my blood work done, but not for many of the things you are talking about. Yeah, unfortunately, docs won't run those. They're not going to run your GGT. They're not going to run your ferritin. They're not going to run your ANA and your CRP and your homocysteine and your testosterone and your estrogens and your non-fasting insulin. So if your doctor won't run those, if your insurance won't cover that, whatever, click that link, schedule that discovery call. We're going to send you a free book as well. If you schedule that discovery call and talk to one of my team members, we will then send you out my blood sugar book for free. I've never done that one before, Brittany, so I'm just throwing you guys for a loop there, trying to see if you can figure out how to get those out to everybody. But yeah, schedule that discovery call. We would love to talk to you about how you can get your blood work done and in a very reasonable way, so you're not spending the $2,000-3,000 that it would cost to walk into the lab and get all of the things done that your doctor is not going to request for you. Hey, Nancy, good to see you. Nicole, belch all the time. No time to chew 30 times. Laugh out loud. Yeah, so a lot of you guys are like, you crazy, dude. 30 chews per bite? That's crazy. Well, guess what? Eat less food? I don't know, but you've got to take the time to sit down and chew. A lot of you are moms out there, always eat on the go or standing up. Yeah, here's the deal. So you're eating there, you're standing up. That was number 4, was sit and eat in a relaxed environment. Number 1 was chew 30 times, and you're probably drinking some fluid through that, and you are also probably combining inappropriate. Have some eggs and toast or whatever. So that is not constructive. My glucose is 104. Faith McCullen. I'm going to ask, is your glucose 104 right now? Was it in a non-fasting test? Was it in a fasting test? That's one spot in time. Some people, they'll go between 40 and 160 in one day. And if they tested it randomly, it could be 104. Yep. So Faith, doctor said 104 was high, but nothing. So I'm assuming that was in a fasting state. Yeah. Anything over 99, you're creeping into prediabetes. This is why every one of our new patients, they get a continuous glucose monitor. It's a patch that goes on the back of the arm or on the abdomen. If any of you guys watch the Super Bowl, the Dexcom G7 is what they were advertising, that like showing the phone and you can see your blood sugar, everything on there. That is a game changer. We've used those for probably 3 or 4 years now, and just amazing the information we get. Yeah, so 104 is high. Any tips? Time to take a leap. Any tips for sugar cravings? Yes. First thing to do is to get your blood sugar stabilized. If your blood sugar, any of my patients on here, go ahead and put some information down below if you're one of my patients of when you've gotten your blood sugar stabilized, when you've gotten your allergens out, all of these things, and the cravings start to go away. So get your blood sugar stabilized. We need to go between 85 and 110 all day long. Most blood sugar cravings are because we're crashing down. We're going low, 60s, 70s, 80s, and then the body's like, crap, I need something. Well, eat some sugar, eat some pretzels, anything like that. I need those books. Where do I get Discovery Call? Was going to the Mayo Clinic. Yeah, Mountain Mama Bear up in Montana. So Blood Sugar Doesn't Lie. My brain book, Rebuild Your Brain. You can get them on Amazon. They're very reasonable on there. Or you can get a free blood sugar book if you schedule that Discovery Call. So click the link in the link tree. There is a button there that says schedule Discovery Call. And so click that button, schedule that Discovery Call, and let's talk about what you have going on. Is there a blood test to confirm Crohn's? Not really. You know, they would need to go up and do some kind of a scan, scope, look inside your intestines, and there's certain things they would be looking for, but usually from symptoms and everything else. But here's the deal. Even if you don't have an official diagnosis of Crohn's and you're going 10, 20, 30 times a day, we've had this all the time. And what we see is that if you can fix the why, if you can fix the inflammation, if you can fix the leaky gut, if you can fix the stress, all these different things, Crohn's, ulcerative colitis, IBS, IBS-D, IBS-C, whatever you want to call it, goes away. We've had patients 30 bowel movements a day, and now they're normal. All right. Rella Bella Rella, morning glucose high, but my A1C is 5.4. Should I be concerned? Yes, everyone should be concerned what their blood sugar is. Don't stay up at night and lose sleep, but you should be concerned what your blood sugar is. That's why I wrote my book, Blood Sugar Doesn't Lie, because it is absolutely crucial. I say if everybody would stabilize their blood sugar 85 to 110 every single day, we would reverse or prevent 90% of chronic health conditions in the United States, even around the world. So how important is it? Absolutely. So here's what's happening, Rella Bella Rella, and anybody else that cares to listen. A1C is the average of the last 3 months of your blood sugar. 5.4, not bad. I like it 5.1 to 5.3, 5.4, and a touch high, not a big deal. But here's the deal. If your morning glucose is high, I guarantee you throughout the day, your blood sugar is swinging high and low, high and low, high and low. Your average is good, but you are swinging highs and lows. So you've got to get that stabilized. The best way to do that is to start tracking your blood sugar. So you can do a finger prick glucose monitor like we did with patients for years and years, or now we've got a continuous glucose monitor. Every one of our patients, it's prescription only, but every one of our patients gets one of those. Have any of you guys ever used a CGM, a continuous glucose monitor? Give me a heart or a thumbs up there. It is pretty profound what we're able to see with that information. Yeah, a few of those coming in. Yeah, Patricia, about the 4 ways to get rid of heartburn reflux. Patricia said, I've tried this and it actually has been working for me. Thank you for sharing this information. I can't believe how much it has helped. So again, anybody jumping on, you may have missed it. I gave my money back guarantee. If you do your chewing 30 times per bite, no fluids with your meals, proper food combining, and you sit and eat in a relaxed environment, you will digest better. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. If not, I'll give you some books for free or give you an exam. I don't know. I'll give you something. If you can look me in the eyes and tell me you did it to the T, I will give you whatever I need to help you get better. That girl Yogi, what kind of doctor are you? So Dr. Ben Gaillard, great question. I haven't said this in a while. Welcome, a bunch of new people jumping on. We have offices in Colorado and Tennessee. I run F8 Well Centers. We have half dozen doctors, over 100 years of experience in functional medicine between all of us. And we have a team of 7 metabolic coordinators that work hand in hand with patients as well. I've got over 40 team members around the world actually that are here to help and have amazing changes with you guys. What about heartburn? Yeah, Meg, same thing. Chew 30 times per bite, no fluids with your meals, proper food combining, and then eat in a relaxed environment. Heartburn will go away, guaranteed. And do you work with Canadians running with life? Absolutely. Bless you guys up in Canada. It's an interesting healthcare system that you have there, but absolutely, we can get blood drawn up there and then we'll sit down. It takes a little bit longer to ship things and some of that, but same deal. Yeah, love Canadians. Even in New Zealand, even over in Europe, we can work with you guys. It's a little bit different. So if you're out of the country and even out of Canada, that's where you'll have to get blood work yourself. I can't get you blood work where you are, but get blood work as much as we possibly can. I'll sit down with you, let you know exactly what's going on, do a Zoom call with you, and then we'll say, hey, these are the supplements. These are the things you need to find. Go online, go on whatever source you have for your supplements, and I will walk you through exactly what you need to be doing. Just because customs and regulations and all those things, it is hard to get things different places. You know what? You must be in Canada. Non-diabetic here. My blood sugar has gone down to 3.6 millimoles, blah, 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 3 hours after eating. Is this concerning? So put it in American numbers because I don't know what that is. ABWE, I'm not sure. So I don't know if that's concerning, but if you put it in our numbers or send me an email, Dr. Ben at F8 Well Centers, I'll tell you. Does the glucose monitor hurt? It does not hurt. It's my 18-year-old. He's wearing it. He just had to put another one on this morning. It lasts 10 days, and it's just like a tick. Way less than the finger prick glucose monitor. I'll tell you that much. So my CRP was at 48. CRAP, crap. That is really, really high. I don't like it over 1. Lab says over 3 is an increased risk for cardiovascular disease. So 48, there's major inflammatory process going on here. So what does that mean? That means you could have an infection. That means you could have some huge inflammatory state. I see post-COVID a lot of times. You better take massive action and figure out where that inflammation is coming from. If your doctor won't dig deeper, reach out, get a second opinion, reach out to F8, click that link down below, schedule that discovery call. When you talk to our new patient coordinator, I'll send you a blood sugar book for free, and just let them know that you saw me on this live Q&A, and we'll go from there. Brittany, go ahead and tell the crew, and they'll be like, oh, Dr. Ben, he's crazy. Hello, good to see you, Dude, some of you guys and your TikTok names. What does low ferritin indicate? Low ferritin indicates malabsorption, leaky gut, intestinal permeability, you're losing blood. Something is out of balance in your gut, guaranteed. Some people, yes, they have longer bleeding periods and things like that, but your gut is not right. I've seen it way too many times. I'm new here. Sarah, awesome. Good to see you. Follow the page. You'll get alerted when we go live. I'll show up in your For You page on TikTok, and we'll be able to see a lot of my videos on there. Let's go over here. Okay, when do you start tracking food? The day after you apply the CGM? Rusty, no, the day you put the continuous glucose monitor on. I like tracking food right now. With every new patient, so it's a prescription only as the CGM, so it has to get delivered from the pharmacy. It usually takes about a week or 2 for that process. So we give every new patient a finger prick glucose monitor, and so they start checking, and you write down, and for the first week or 2, I just say, eat like you normally do. That's how you start getting a good feel for what your blood sugar is doing. If all you do is switch over and do chicken and broccoli and avocado, your blood sugar is not going to spike up, but that's not how you were eating before, unless it was. But eat the way that you were eating. Pamela, would it be better for me to eat a keto diet to keep my sugars down? So in theory, a keto diet is going to keep your blood sugars down. And that might not be a bad idea short term, or if you can't get a continuous glucose monitor. But even if you can't get a CGM, start doing the finger prick glucose monitoring and figure that out. Because a long-term keto diet, 1, is not healthy, and 2, is not sustainable. So short term, sure, it's not going to be a bad idea, but long term, it's not going to be the best fix. All right, keto works. Yeah, so Rhonda, keto can work short term. Keto long term is not the solution. And so we see when people come in with blood work, we see deficiencies, we see things if somebody's doing it long term. So what does that mean? I'm not saying don't do keto. For us as functional medicine providers, and I've been doing this for over 20 years. We've got over 100 years of experience through all my doctors. We don't put patients on a keto diet hardly ever. We don't need to because we figure out what the underlying causes are. If you find your blood sugar is swinging, what do you do? More of the good stuff and less of the bad stuff. Not to be sarcastic there, but that's what I say all the time. You do more of the good stuff, less of the bad stuff. Something that makes your blood sugar spike up, don't eat that anymore. If that was green beans or if that was quinoa or watermelon or whatever it is, don't do those things. If it makes it stay steady, great, do more of that. If something causes you to crash down, change it up. So you do more of the good stuff. You just start learning what foods make it spike up and why you are crashing down. That's how you make these changes. All right. Let's see here. My C-reactive protein is 9.8. What else do I need to explore? So a lot of times we need to go in depth into what's going on with your blood sugar. Anytime that blood sugar is spiking, it creates this inflammatory state. You need to look at your microbiome. You could have an infection in there. There could be infection in your teeth, infection in your sinuses. You could have maybe you sprained your ankle. You could have some type of gallbladder issue. There's a lot of things. So if your C-reactive protein is over 1, it's high. Now you've got to dig deep. But that's what we do with our blood work with our patients every single day. We look at hormones, we look at inflammatory markers, we look at autoimmune, full thyroid, including Hashimoto's, look at all of these different things, and then just start moving our feet, working through each and every system. If you want to get that whole blood work done and talk to us about an exam, I'll send you a free book, either in the mail or if you come into the office, we'll give you one there. And that will go over exactly what you need to do with your blood sugar and everything. But with that discovery call, you're gonna talk to one of my team members, and we're gonna go in depth into what your history is and what you need to do different. All right. What type of doctor are you? So again, Dr. Ben Gaillard, F8 Well Centers. We have offices in Colorado, in Tennessee. I've been practicing functional medicine for over 20 years. All of my F8 doctors, we've got over 100 years of experience in functional medicine, getting to the underlying root cause. I don't treat anything. I don't treat heart disease or cancer. I don't treat diabetes. I don't treat MS. I treat your body. Every one of my doctors is trained to treat your body, trained to figure out exactly which systems are out of balance. And then we start going step by step through that process. Yeah, give me a heart, give me a thumbs up. Have you guys been to the doctor recently, ever? And they look at your blood work and they say, you know what? It's really not that bad. Maybe it's all in your head. Maybe I need to give you an antidepressant. Maybe you should just eat better, lose weight. Maybe you're just stressed. Maybe you should just relax. A bunch of hearts coming in. It breaks my heart. You guys are putting your hearts up. I'd like to, can we put a broken heart on there? Because it is so sad. I guarantee you it's not in your head. People are like, oh, good, I'm not crazy. I'm like, well, you might be crazy, but you're not making it up. You are not making up the health issues that you're having right now. And I consider all of us at F8, we are hope dealers. I want you to have hope. I want you to have hope that your life can truly change, that you can become so much better than what you are right now. Your PCOS, your low ferritin, your thyroid, your autoimmune, your gut, your digestion 40 times a day, going to the bathroom, all of these different things. That is not your best self. I guarantee you, if you're watching this video, if you're making notes, if you're trying to learn, you are not your best self right now. You're not living your greatest life. You're not giving like you need to. In my world, if we're sick, If we're tired, if somebody needs to be taking care of us, we are not being the best we can be. We're not doing more, giving and living to the extent that we want to be. And ultimately, we were put down on this planet to bring heaven to earth. And that is what, if you can get your health back, it's so much easier to do those things. So, again, love seeing you guys. Dr. Ben Galliard here. My doctor has failed me. I stopped going to the doctor. Broken heart. There it is. Yeah, gastroparesis. Oh, good. Finally, someone knows what they're talking about in their doctoring. Yeah, here's the deal, guys. Get to the underlying root cause. That's what we're talking about here. Get to that underlying root cause. Change your life. Change your ability to truly live and give and do all those different things. So the way you do that, you get a comprehensive, in-depth blood panel where you start going through system by system by system. And as you do that, you're going to learn what you need to do. And then for us, we're going to say, okay, this is how we work on the liver if this is out of bounds. This is how we work on the yeast if there's a yeast sign, all these different things. And we just go through system by system. Doctor wants to put me on Trulicity. I'm pre-diabetic now. What do you think about that? What do you think about that, Pamela? You see funny. What do you think about that? I would say if your doctor wants to put you on that and you want to go on that drug, okay, there you go. But here's the deal. That's not going to fix your pre-diabetes. That's not going to fix the why. Why? Sorry about that phone call. So why would you have pre-diabetes in the first place? Because of what you're putting in your mouth, food or drink. And that is causing your blood sugar to go up. So you take a drug that lowers your blood sugar. Okay, great. Did that fix what you're putting in your mouth? Did you learn what not to do? Get a continuous glucose monitor. But Pamela, just give us a call. Schedule that discovery call. I'll send you a free book on blood sugar. And let's get your life back. This is awesome. We can reverse, again, I don't reverse it. Your body can reverse diabetes, can reverse pre-diabetes, insulin resistance, all of these different things. Your body is amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Again, so many questions, guys. I did not get through all of these. So I want you to send me an email at drben, DRBEN, at f8wellcenters.com, and I will answer your question directly there. I will get that. Hello from Germany. How to heal gut. I have Hashimoto's, ferritin of 7, Epstein-Barr virus, progesterone low, and a lot more. This is somebody else said the exact same thing today. Hashimoto's, ferritin, EBV. They had Lyme, and the cortisol and progesterone were low. So here's the deal. In Germany, it's going to be more challenging than in the US, but I want to see your full blood panel. Sounds like you've got a bunch of it. I will sit down with you over Zoom, go over that blood work, and tell you exactly what you need to do. We probably can't get our supplements to Germany like we would like with everything that we want, but I will show you exactly what I would like you to take, and you'll be able to find that locally, online, whatever way you can, and I'll give you an exact game plan of how you can get that done. So send me an email. This is Chili Poodle. Send me a direct email at drben at F8 Well Centers, and I'll talk to you about how we're going to get this process started and how we're gonna get you fixed even over in Europe there. Yeah, fire your doctor, get a new one. They don't care about underlying causes. Fibromyalgia on your list. Yeah, so fibromyalgia, here's my take on fibromyalgia. Fibromyalgia is not a real disease. I'm going to get a bunch of hate mail now. You're not making it up. It's not in your head. It's not imaginary. The pain you experience is real, but it's not a real disease. It's caused by some other things. So fibromyalgia could be an adrenal dysfunction. It could be a thyroid dysfunction. It could be leaky gut. It could be autoimmune. So many different things can contribute to these symptoms of fibromyalgia. Fibromyalgia is not a disease. So you've got to now take a step back and fix those whys. Jessica, high TPO, does this mean I have hypothyroidism? High TPO means you have Hashimoto's, period. That's what that means. You have an autoimmune disease. High TPO means you're creating antibodies that your body then is going to target the thyroid, and you're going to attack and destroy your thyroid. Ultimately, you will have hypothyroidism because your body's going to destroy enough of your thyroid. It's not going to be able to make the T3 and T4 like it's supposed to. So I don't know if you're hypothyroid right now, but you 100% will be if you stay on this path. And here's the other thing, Jessica, you will also get additional autoimmune conditions. You could get lupus, you could get MS, you could get rheumatoid arthritis. You will get additional ones if you have Hashimoto's and you continue and don't treat the Y. If all you do is take levothyroxine, if all you do is take Synthroid, you will never fix the Y. Okay, hope that helps. I did natural pathways with my PCOS, lost 170 pounds. Texas Coffee Spice, 170 pounds is a lot of weight. That is awesome. Let's all give Texas Coffee Spice a big old heart, a big old thumbs up, some love there. Losing 170 pounds, getting rid of your PCOS, reversing your insulin resistance, reversing your diabetes, all that amazing, amazing job. I mean, that is just unbelievable. That was not taking Trulicity. That was not taking Ozempic or any of these new drugs. My number for Hashimoto's came back at 30. Does that mean I'm pre-Hashimoto's? You know, if it's over 25, I pretty much consider that Hashimoto's, that you have autoimmune activity. You continue on this same path and you will become full-blown Hashimoto's. So absolutely. Look at all that love for you, Coffee Spice. Love, love, love. And can thyroid make your whole body feel like pins and needles? All Mom 1920. Probably not. You know, can thyroid, so that's not even a real thing. So your thyroid doesn't do anything. Can low thyroid hormone, which is probably what you're talking about, hypothyroidism, can low thyroid hormone state in your body feel like pins and needles? Maybe. That's not a very common symptom. Pins and needles is probably going to be other things like inflammation. It could be that you're having nerve issues. There could be other autoimmune conditions going on. I would check for Hashimoto's, but I would also check your ANA and your rheumatoid factor. So check both of those autoimmune, see what your body is attacking, because this is really, really important. My ferritin is at an 8. This is Scrinch. So ferritin of 8, single digits, you need to be on some type of iron. Ferritin is stored iron, and you need to either be doing infusions or taking it orally. Your iron should be 40 to 125. Your ferritin should be 40 to 125 as a female. If you are down in single digits, you absolutely 100% need to be taking iron, need to be taking ferritin. If not, and if your doctor just says, go take some iron and you're fine, and isn't looking more in depth, then you need a second opinion. Reach out, schedule that discovery call. Dr. Ben Galliard, a bunch of new people on. Dr. Ben Galliard, F8 Well Centers. We have offices in Colorado, in Tennessee, and we work remotely with patients all over the world, actually. But even Canada is super easy as well. So we will run an in-depth blood panel, look for infections, look for bacteria, look for leaky gut, all these different things. If you schedule that discovery call, I'm going to give you a free book. Once you talk to my new patient coordinator, they'll get your information and we'll send you out a free book, Blood Sugar Doesn't Lie. If you don't want to wait for that, or if you've already done a discovery call, you can grab that on Amazon. Brittany put the link down below for that as well. But yeah, your doctor probably is not going to fix your ferritin of 8. Taking an iron infusion is not going to fix why your ferritin is low. What about subclinical hypothyroidism? Should it be treated? Carolyn, here's the deal. If you have subclinical hypothyroidism, do you want to just wait until you get to clinical? And then you get to this point of, oh my gosh, I'm in bad shape and I'm sick and I'm feeling horrible. I would want to take care of this a whole lot faster. We had a 70-year-old lady yesterday from North Carolina that I talked to, and we ran her blood work, and like super high ANA. She doesn't have any symptoms yet of lupus or Sjogren's or anything else, but super high. So guess what? She's like pre-autoimmune, pre-lupus, because she doesn't have any symptoms yet. Do we want to wait until she has full-blown lupus, or do we want to treat her now, help her body calm down and get it fixed? That's what I want you to do. So Cheryl watching from Alberta, yes, we need to address the root cause. Yep, go Canada. We got love you guys. Lots of Canadians there. So why do doctors say it's fibromyalgia and it's actually a different autoimmune disease specifically? Well, fibromyalgia isn't an autoimmune disease. So when a doctor labels you fibromyalgia, they're not saying you have an autoimmune disease at all. They're saying, hey, maybe there's some autoimmune here, but fibromyalgia does not mean autoimmune. Fibromyalgia means you've got pain, and it used to be like in these pain points, and they'd squeeze a bunch of different areas and go, oh, you have fibromyalgia. Could be fatigue, could be joint pain, inflammation, things like that. So they'll label you as fibromyalgia, but they're not figuring out the why. You don't treat fibromyalgia. How do they treat fibromyalgia? They put people on antidepressants. They put them on anti-inflammatories, maybe. But it's usually they look at your brain because they're like, oh, these fibromyalgia patients are crazy. Let's just give them some psych meds. So instead of saying, hey, what's your thyroid doing? What's your adrenals doing? Do you have leaky gut? Is your microbiome out of balance? Is your liver detoxifying? All of these different things that we do at F8. That's how we've got to get it rocking and really change the state of your body. So again, guys, I've had hundreds and hundreds of questions today, and I did not get to everybody. So I truly apologize if I did not get to your question. You guys are awesome. And if I didn't, DRBEN, Dr. Ben at f8wellcenters.com. Dr. Ben at f8wellcenters.com. Send me a direct email. Tell me what you have going on, and we'll come up with a solution from there. If you guys are dealing with any conditions, autoimmune, blood sugar, ferritin, anything at all, I want to send you a free book. Schedule a discovery call. If you click the link down below, schedule a discovery call and talk to one of my new patient coordinators about what you have going on. We will send you out a free book. Let's go here. Hey, Laura Lynn. My dad went to the hospital, was 7, not sure, said it was a heart attack. He was released after a few days with no diagnosis. They called last night and said a culture came back positive. They said keep an eye out for fever and sores. So again, Laura Lynn, you've got to fix the why. You've got to address these underlying imbalances and see why his body is at that state. Send me a direct email. That one's a little bit more complicated. Do you send books to RSA? I'm not sure what RSA is. Anybody know what RSA is? I'm assuming that's a different country because there's a flag on there. RSA. Just seeing your post. How do I get involved? Lenny Lee, post that down. Just post a comment down below. Anybody? Somebody tell me what RSA is. What country that is? RSA. Nobody. Nobody's posting there. So I don't know. I don't know if we can. That is interesting. So here's the deal. Republic of South Africa. I've never heard it called Republic of South Africa. There you go. So Ronnie, yes. So reach out. Yes, there should be a way that we can get the books there. If you're on Amazon at all, we should be able to get that down there. So Ronnie is diabetic. Yeah. Okay. Here's the deal. Diabetes is at least type 2. Type 2 diabetes is pretty darn easy to fix. Your body can fix and heal from diabetes. And that's what I want you to understand. Your body can fix and heal from diabetes. It can heal from autoimmune. It can heal from digestion disorders. It can heal from brain issues and sleep issues, all types of different things. What you need to do, if you are diabetic, you need a continuous glucose monitor. You need to slap that continuous glucose monitor. You need to start writing down everything you eat. And if something is making your blood sugar go up, and you're going over, depends on what your range is right now, but if you're jumping more than 25, 30 points, don't eat that food. If that's beans, if that's rice, if that's any type of quinoa or fruit or whatever it is, don't eat that. You need to eat things that are going to keep that blood sugar stabilized between 25 and 30 points all day long. Over time, your insulin resistance is going to go away. Your insulin receptors are going to become more perceptive to insulin. Your blood sugar levels are going to start going down, and you will reverse your diabetes. Period. End of story. Come on, it's in a book. I wrote it. I wrote about it, so it's got to be true. So this is something we get to see all the time with patients, is that they can truly balance out their blood sugar. I have Sjogren's, fibromyalgia, liver disease, bladder disease, thyroid, diabetic, scoliosis of the spine. Yeah, hey Ronnie, you know what? All of these things come back to what you're eating, to how your body's detoxifying, to what shape your gut's in. Totally fixable. I'm sending you my lab results help. Awesome. Thank you. MPV blood test high. What's it mean? MPV, what else is going on? What, your red blood cells, hemoglobin, hematocrit, any other things out of balance? Emily, totally understand. Thank you. You are welcome. Fibromyalgia and SLC combo is fun. Not. So this is Anushka Bonita. Anushka. So again, fibromyalgia. You got to figure out the why. There's no amount of pain meds. There's no amount of antidepressants. No amount of anything else that is going to fix that. You've got to fix the why. How do you address the root cause? What is the cause of hypothyroidism? Shirley. So again, just like I started out today, it could be Hashimoto's. It could be under conversion from T4 to T3, which is liver and gut. It could be hypopituitary, not stimulating the thyroid enough, which is going to be more of an issue with your adrenals and chronic stress. And then you just move your feet and you just start changing step by step through that process. So yeah, Charlotte, love to help you schedule that discovery call. Susie, cutting out inflammatory foods pretty much cured my fibromyalgia. Yeah, but here's the deal. Did you cure fibromyalgia? No, fibromyalgia, again, is not a thing. It's a diagnosis. It's a clump of symptoms, but it's not a thing. You didn't cure fibromyalgia. Your pain and inflammation went down. And so then your fibromyalgia diagnosis went away. And I'm not saying you weren't in pain or whatever, and I'm not giving you a hard time, but I just want people to understand fibromyalgia is not a disease. It's not even a state. It's a clump of symptoms of pain, of inflammation, all that. So you cut out inflammatory foods, your inflammation got down in your body, your cytokine production went down, your prostaglandins went down, and now you are in this better state. So my ferritin is very low. This is Emily Brad. My ferritin is very low. H. pylori, treating it now, praying for energy comes back. Yeah, absolutely. So you've got to work on that H. pylori. You've got to do kill off. You've got to rebuild with good bacteria. You've got to work on that gut lining with glutamine, marshmallow root, aloe vera juice, bone broth, collagen, any type of fermented foods, all of those things. But you also have to fix your cortisol levels, because high cortisol is going to cause more damage to that gut lining. You're going to have to fix your liver, make sure it's detoxifying like you need to, fix the hormones. All of these different things need to be dealt with. So love you guys. All right, I'm gonna jump. I've got a couple more appointments today to get cranking on, but just love these questions. You guys are amazing. You have the potential inside of you to heal. That's it. Your body has that potential. So I want you to take massive action. Watch all my videos on YouTube. Spend 10 straight days watching all my videos, over 750 videos on there. Watch TikTok videos, watch Facebook videos, follow us on TikTok. We're probably at 180,000 followers right now, 110,000 followers on Facebook. The information is out there. Hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of videos that you guys can take massive action, change your life. If you need more support, if you need more help than that, reach out. Dr. Ben Galliard, F8 Well Centers. My entire team is here to help and serve you. I will give you a free book. I'm bribing you. Schedule that discovery call. Talk to my new patient coordinator. Talk about what you have going on, and we'll ship you out a new book, or you'll get one when you come into the office. Colorado, Tennessee, all over the world. Love you guys. Take care. Be safe. Be strong. You've got this. Bye, everybody.